Okay, here we
Hi,
are.
everybody.
I much like our bathroom better for these because I feel like, we're not so intense like looking at you guys. But
And I was sitting here anyways, and I was doing some stuff. And I thought, oh, well, let's set up the live here. Why not? I even put the fireplace on because it's a little cool out today.
yeah, so Rick's got the environment going. I mean, the way I like to do it is in the bathroom while I'm doing my skincare, my like makeup or whatever, and then
Yeah.
we're chatting at the same time.
Yeah.
But yeah, you get to have your choice today. So
My choice, eh?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Hi, Raj. How
I
you doing?
I think it's just
Thanks for joining
the
us.
multitasking aspect of being a female is what I like. Is just,
Yeah.
doing my stuff and having a talk at the same time, as opposed to just single-handedly just talking. It feels very much like I should be doing other things.
Yeah. And that's your feminine energy flowing. And for me, I can't focus on more than one thing at a time. Sometimes it's only a half thing at a time.
Like I really want to be straightening up the table right now while we're doing this, but yeah.
Or taking apart our Christmas tree.
Yeah,
That would have been a
and
good
taking
line.
our stockings down, which we haven't done, like, because we were away in Mexico. So yeah, so why we came live today, it's a Sunday. We haven't done a live together in a few weeks. We were away on a big family vacation with 14 family members, my mom and my siblings and all our families and
Yeah, it was
kids.
great holiday, great getaway, and got some heat into us.
Yes.
And I mean, it's not that cold in Vancouver, anyways. Like it's fairly warm. It's just a little wet, but yeah, we traveled with people from other parts of Canada who were coming from like minus 30, and they're okay. You did really deserve to be
Yeah.
on this holiday.
So we came back from our holiday. I guess it was on New Year's Day. We arrived back, and we came right back to the change in weather. So gray skies and rain and unpacking. You know what it's like, when you come back and it's a brand new year, but you've got all your luggage and laundry to do, and the fridge needs to be restocked. And
oh yeah, we actually
like,
shopped on the way home.
Yeah, we hit the superstore on the way home for the fresh fruits and veggies. So what were you really wanting to talk about on this live? Because you wanted to set the tone for this one.
Yeah, so for today, actually, we were talking about, what really makes a relationship great. And, one of the number one things is just acceptance. Acceptance of the other person, acceptance of situations in our life. The more we can accept and the less judgment we have towards, a person or a situation, the more we're at peace, the more we are in relationship with that person, the more we can see, the more we can grow, the more we can actually see that person. Because what they're doing is just, it's bringing up something for us, or a situation is bringing up something for us. And that's just something that we ourselves need to deal with. But if we accept that person and see that they are this beautiful, loving soul who's here to do their own work as well and shine their own light, it puts a complete different framework around, that person and how you can actually receive them. And the way hey Kate, how you doing?
Hi Katie. Hi Muhammad.
Yeah. So it's completely different way of seeing them, and it's a practice. For me, it's definitely a practice, because we go out into the world and we see things we like, we see things we don't like, and things that might piss us off, things that like we get upset about, and it's all because we have a judgment towards them, right, rather than an acceptance of them. Because I mean, in the end, we're creating everything, our reality in the first place. So once you get that concept, you're creating whatever is upsetting you anyways. So the acceptance, if you're judging something and having resistance against it, that's something that within you that you're actually judging and resisting.
Something that hasn't been healed.
Yeah, and the more we can have acceptance for other people, other situations, the more we actually are accepting of ourselves.
So I have a confession to make. So when
Here now,
when we came back from our holidays, and then we had that commitment, we were going to do the yoga video. And then I got up every morning and I did the yoga video. I was silently judging you because you were still in bed.
Mm.
But like I was partial. Sometimes I was judging you, and then other times I was like, oh, well, he's just, still sick and still in bed, and, it's okay. And, but then there was those moments where I was going, wow, I can't believe like Rick was so into the yoga while we were there. And now that we're back, he's just completely fallen off track. And it's like 2020, it's a brand new year. And I was silently judging you. But then I was feeling bad for judging you because I knew that that's my issue, because I would judge myself if I was not committed and not staying on track.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and that happens for us, right? And I would love to. Well, I will continue to do the yoga. And this yoga was amazing. Ashtanga yoga every morning in Mexico with Juan Carlos, who's a beautiful man with a bright light.
I hope Juan Carlos watches this.
And I picked up a cold on the way back, on the way home from Mexico. Anyways, wasn't feeling that great for the next couple of mornings, but regardless of that, that's things. There's a perfect example of how Sashi judges me. I judge her for
hey Sharon, Happy New Year.
Yeah, I judge her for lots of things. The way she does certain things. She left that pile of paper on the table again. Yeah. On not being accepting. But it's actually, when I start to look at it, like I was actually, this is true recently. Sorry, I'm gonna throw you under the bus here. I was just looking around at like, she dragged something out from the side of the house and left it at the front of the house, didn't put it back, right? And then I started noticing everywhere else she's doing this, and I go, she just leaves all this stuff like all over the place, and and I started to have this thought, okay, like, what is it in me that I'm like, leaving? And then I realized, like, I actually have lots of unfinished projects that I'm working on. I start things, I'll start a project, start working on it, and then just like I'll lose interest in my mind. Something else will get, the next shiny object will come into view, and so there's lots of things that I have that are unfinished. I mean, I get the important ones done, the ones I really focus on and what's really important to me. Yes, they get done, but there's always something. I have lots of projects going on. But yeah, so that's where I noticed that what Sashi's leaving all over the place is actually, I realized what in me it was triggering. Because I was getting a little bit upset, and I didn't say anything to her or anything. Just these, sort of thoughts that I had. So it was great to go through that process and really see what was happening for me.
Yeah, so I think that goes for anything. The way we look at another person and what we see is a reflection of what's going on within ourselves. And so when somebody judges us, it has nothing to do with us. It has to do with what's going on inside of that person. So that's one of the reasons why we shouldn't live our lives according to what other people think of us or how they're judging us. And so many of us, I think, make decisions or don't do things because we're afraid of judgment.
Yeah, for sure. I know often that I've not done, or I've behaved a certain way because I thought oh, so and so will think this, or be afraid of being judged in a certain way, or this doesn't fit.
It's actually what
the
kept me from
situation.
coming on live for a long time, is like, well, you know, I went through that. Well, who does she think she is? Like, people will think, who does she think she is to come on live? And that would hold me back from coming on. And what that just did is suppressed my authenticity. And like, you know, I wanted to come on live, but I didn't, because I told myself all these things in my head, which it may or may not be true. And really what the truth is what's coming from within my heart and my soul to talk about. And whether I'm being judged or not, it shouldn't be the prevailing factor, but it was for a long time. I think I started coming live about 4 or 5 months ago.
Mm-hmm.
So it took work to get to that point of being able to come in front of the camera and talk. But I think what the main point that we wanted to talk about today was just that if we are accepting of the other person,
or a particular situation,
or a situation, and not judging it, or not like making it good, bad, right, wrong, and just accepting it as is, and accepting the person as is, where they are in their life's journey and where they are in their healing process, and their process of evolving themselves and their souls and all of that. Everybody's at a different stage, and being accepting of where people are, and not projecting our own judgments onto them, and not worrying about what other people's judgments are. And if everybody shines their own bright light and their own authenticity, then what a world it would be, right?
yes. And being stuck in traffic would be beautiful because we wouldn't be judging it.
Yeah, it would just be.
It's just part of the process of a day. You know, there's always a question of what can I learn from this, you know, and maybe it's patience.
Yeah, patience, looking within. It's a perfect time when you're stuck in traffic to practice your breathing, like controlled breathing, to listen to a podcast, to listen to inspirational type of interviews or books. That's what I use my time in the car for.
Yeah, so
it's valued time.
Right, and acceptance doesn't necessarily mean to a particular person. It's it doesn't have to be only for people. A perfect, you know, situations. You know, standing in line in the grocery store. You know, can you be accepting of that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's all I want to share with you guys today. And yeah, thanks for joining us. It's
the next one's going to be in the bathroom, back in the bathroom.
Yeah, we'll get the energy going again.
All right, guys, have a great Sunday.
All right, take care. Bye. See you later. Yes, I want to end this video.